Stephen, your team had to battle back from 2-0 down to get back to 2 each, but you'll probably come away with that game thinking you probably could have won it.
Well, we probably could have won it, yes. Kilmarnock will probably think that they had some decent chances at 2-0 and 2-1 where they probably could have put us to bed. We kind of lost our way at the start of the second half, but I think the first half performance was very similar to last week against Rangers, where we didn't really get close enough to them. We let them dictate the game a little bit. They get the goals at the right time. Probably, when you score goals, you always think it's good on your part, but when you concede, it's always, you can always think you can do better. So, conceding the 2 goals was disappointing because I didn't think there was an awful lot between the teams, but we just weren't up to speed. I didn't think, we didn't make enough tackles in midfield. We weren't high enough. We couldn't put enough pressure on the ball. Second half, then we have a little bit of a go at them at half time, and then things change. It was exactly the same last week against Rangers. We felt we just had to play another 5 or 10 yards further up the pitch. Our wide players and centre forward and midfield players had to get closer to their players and make some tackles. So once we've done that, then I think we become a better team.
Is the positives the character that the team showed to get back to that? Because it's been easy at this level against a Kilmarnock team who are a bit more experienced to throw in the towel, but they dug in and got back in it.
Well, it's a positive, but it's also a frustration. Because we're giving ourselves mountains to climb. We done it last week against Rangers. We gave ourselves a big ask and we came back. And I said to him, somewhere along the line, if you keep doing that and giving teams, goals of starts, that a better team will see the game out, or will be more clinical and get that third goal and kill us. But enthusiasm and appetite and will and desire, all the stuff that we always speak about in the dressing room as being free. That's, you can go out and run about and close people down and win headers and make tackles. That's the easy part of the game. That's the free part. We do it very well. I think when we get on the ball in the final third and you see like Chris Cadden running forward, terrific. Cad's energy's incredible. I think he's probably a little bit unfortunate he's not in and around the first team because he's probably as close to Stephen Pearson as what we have within the club. But he just has to adjust other parts of his game to make that step up. Jack McMillan coming forward, Luke Watt coming forward, guys who I've probably been playing at this level for 2 or 3 years. So frustration, yes, but also positive. As you mentioned, it's good as well. But we can't keep giving teams goals of start to expect to get something out of the game.
You did touch on it in an earlier answer about the goals that you conceded. I don't want to harp on the negatives, but as much as Kilmarnock, as you say, will be pleased with them, you'll look back at them, probably do the analysis and think, both goals, you could have probably stopped them.
Yeah, it's stuff we work on. Matching a 1-2 in a wide area. Yeah. When you can go and put pressure on the ball. I think Luke Watt got caught in between. Do you go and press the player? Do you step off? And he went and pressed him. He got done with the 1-2. Kilmarnock then have 3 or 4 good passes and it's a good finish. But in such a tight area of the pitch, a team shouldn't be able to make 4 or 5-yard passes without anybody making any kind of contact. So that side of it's disappointing. David Ferguson tried to play it for the second goal. We get caught in midfield. That, I don't mind that because we've asked them to try and play out. But we have to trust, I've said to them, we have to trust that 1, they can pass the ball in the midfield, and 2, the midfield player has to be able to retain the ball. That's the trust we have to give them when they go into the pitch. They have to do that. They didn't tonight, but again, character coming back and showing the fight and energy in the second half. And with 10 minutes to go, when they're down to 10 men, then you think as if there's only one team going to win it. But do we have that little ruthless streak? I think we lack that.
You bring on substitutions, Dylan Mackin comes on. There is a bit of fortuitous element to the goal that he scored, but you want him to win there, you want him to score. He does that. Jake Hastie comes on, has a contribution as well, so that must be positive. Even the guys who are not starting, not in terms of individuals, but collectively are coming on and asking questions and trying to get themselves involved from the start.
Well, they're putting themselves closer to the first 11. Dylan Mackin played last week and done okay. It was probably his best game. He came on tonight and I think he looked a wee bit lifeless at times. He was probably frustrated he didn't start. But when a first team player like Theo Robinson steps down, he has to play, so he plays. But I just expect a bit more of Dylan. He's such a big physical presence that he has to use it more often. He has to use it closer to the goal. He wants to come into wide areas and play 1-2s and link up the play. Get yourself in the box. That's what big target men do. They get themselves in the box, then you get your reward. He got that for the goal. But young Jake Hastie's been knocking on the door. He's been playing with the 17s. He's been playing well. He's been away with Scotland on the 17, so he's pushing towards the first 11. Jake's only in his first year full time. He's only been full time 6 weeks, so he's going in the right direction. He shows great appetite, great energy. Young Dylan Faulkner coming back after being out for 4.5 weeks as well. Had a chance with a head out the back post. So Dylan will score goals. There's parts of his game we have to work on as well. But they're a joy to work with.
And one last question, and I don't want to single out players, but your goalkeeper, PJ Morrison, young kid, third or fourth choice is in there battling, but throughout the night, put off some great saves to keep you in it at times. When you mentioned when it was at 2-1 or 2-0, that really helped you or gave you the platform to get back in the game.
Well, I said to him after the mix-up me and him had on Saturday during Laz's testimonial, I said he owes me big time. But no, listen, he was great. He was really, really good. Big saves at crucial moments. I said at 2-1 and 2-0, they had opportunities to make it 3. And that's when you want your goalkeeper. That's when you make your name, and that's when you make your big saves. We can all make big saves getting, we're winning 4-0. Yeah. I think as a goalkeeper that's not easy to do, but big moments and big saves, and I think he done that tonight. So he's grown over the last little while as well. He done well against Rangers last week. Brett Long's been injured, so PJ's come in. He's now in charge of the jersey. He's done really, really well. So he's working well with Jim Holman. Jim says he likes him. He thinks he's improving. He's getting better. He has to work with the ball at his feet a little bit more, but certainly when it comes to making big saves and using his full physique that he has, he's been excellent.
Stephen, well done.